I have right here a smart lock from WELOCK. This is the third smart lock from the same company that I've featured on my channel, but this one has something the previous two didn't. It has all the same great features like the physical keypad, fingerprint sensor, RFID card and the mobile app. But there is actually one more convenient way to unlock this lock. We can use a key to open it. So even without power, in previous locks, you could plug in a power bank to supply power to the lock and open it when it was completely discharged. But here we have one more option. You can also use a physical key to open it, and visually you can see it looks completely different. In older models of these locks, there was a knob where everything rotated together. But in this one, we have a stationary part that doesn't move, and we only rotate this small inner component. So in many ways, it's quite similar to the previous locks. Additionally, we have the option to unlock it using a physical key, and it looks different and more elegant. So let's go ahead and unbox it. The name of this lock is WELOCK U81. Here we have the instructions. This is the lock, the exterior part, featuring an integrated keypad screen, a fingerprint scanner, and we can also simply tap RFID cards right here to unlock it. And under this protective cover, here is a dedicated slot for the physical backup key, along with instructions on how to use it, and you can clearly see when it is locked. I can just rotate it and it would open. Here is the inside part of the door, and this is the interior of the room featuring the knob that always works. So from the inside we can always easily open and lock the doors. Here we have this plate, probably to put it behind for protection or a better appearance. Right here we have the accessories. As always, we are provided with 3 individual RFID cards. Here we have a black cover if you prefer it over the original blue one. We also have an extension piece and some additional screws. Right here we have 2 plates like this. I will check the manual. All the information, what they say about it. Here are the keys, which are actually quite unusual. I honestly don't know how pick-proof these specific types of keys are, but at the very least they're quite unique. And that gives you a much better chance if someone tries to break in. They might only know the few most popular and common types of keys. And when they see something unusual, you're more likely that they'll just go to the next door neighbor instead. So I'm not sure how good are these types of keys, but at least there's something unusual. They might scare off the attacker. And we have a key, another type of key, and that's everything in the box. Let's see what the manual says about these plates. I don't see any information about them, so I think they're just for looks. We can easily mount it right here. I think this specific part probably goes on the outside because of the groove, and to match it perfectly, we can mount the second one on the inside. And this part, maybe we can mount it like this. I think they're just simple visual additions, depending entirely on your personal preferences. Let's get it ready to mount on the door. Let's remove the foil. Let's remove the interior door handle assembly. We can also remove the locking mechanism located on the front. Let's start by mounting this part inside the door. And if you happen to have a decorative mounting plate like this, you can mount the lock inside it, or you can also mount it flat directly onto the surface of the door. Or you can also use this plate so that you don't mount it directly. So there are a few possible ways to mount it. And now those holes from the original plate will still be a bit visible. But I can mount this piece here to cover them up. The component must be carefully rotated to create enough clearance for the key to fit, because in its current position it is directly blocking the access hole. Therefore, as we begin to insert the piece, we need to maintain that rotation to properly align and screw in the entire outer section of the assembly. The problem is that my doors are much too thin. They really should be at least 3 centimeters thick. So as you can see, I have a gap right here. If the doors were a bit thicker, the unit would fit perfectly flush against them. Alternatively, I can put a second plate right on top to fix it. It's not the perfect solution, but it might work. And right here we have a slot for 4 batteries. Let's add a new device. Let's set the admin passcode. I've entered the lock's ID. Now I have to verify that I am the administrator. Connecting. Success. Now I have a full control panel. I can unlock it. It is working perfectly. So now let's go ahead and add the fingerprints one by one, starting with the first, then the second, followed by the third, the fourth, and finally the fifth. And now they have all been successfully added to the system. Now, if I happen to press the wrong button, it simply doesn't work, but the correct one will work. It's unlocked. And I can also add an RFID card. Now the card is added. It's working perfectly. Let's also set up a security password like 2. And now we can check the results. It's working. And this lock also has an advanced anti-picking feature where you can enter random numbers before and after the correct code. So it's very hard for someone to memorize it if they see you enter 15 numbers instead of just 6. So let's try it. It unlocked. I just entered the correct pin in the middle with random numbers before and after, and it's still unlocked. And don't forget about the main feature, the key. Let's try it. This unusual key. Here you have the manual. Step 1, hold the knob. Step 2, turn the key 90 degrees. And step 3, turn the knob. Insert it, rotate it. And at this very moment, it is working as intended. Once I engage the lock, it is firmly locked. Even in a situation where the battery happens to be fully discharged and there is no power at all, you can always simply insert the physical backup key, unlock the device, and you will find that it is now working without needing any electrical energy. And you cannot take out the key when it's in the unlocked position. You have to lock it and then take the key out, and now it is locked again. And you can put back this cover or the black one if you prefer. And of course, the interior mechanism always functions perfectly. So it's an interesting look with the really wonderful and practical addition of the keys. It's always an extra safety feature that even if the electronic components fail to operate, are discharged, destroyed, or anything else, you can always open it with a physical key. A really nice addition. And of course, like all the other models, you can connect it to a Wi-Fi box and have remote access. Install this lock and also integrate it with Home Assistant. And that's all for today. Like, subscribe, and be nice.